decisions in hypothesis testing. So what would be the outcome, when you do this hypothesis testing? Say for example, null hypothesis is, so null hypothesis is equal to, let's say, mean return of your stock is equal to let's say is equal to 15%, and the alternative is it is not equal to 15%. Okay, it is not equal to 15%. So this is the null hypothesis. That means this is the common belief, and this is, as a researcher, this is what you want to reject, this part, and this is the alternative. So alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis. So now, what would be the outcome when you do your testing? So number one, let's say the null is true. That means this is correct, 15%, and even your test says it is, it is 15%. You are also accepting this part. If you are accepting, then it will be accept the null hypothesis. Okay. Accept the null hypothesis when it is true. So true, and you are accepting, so which is fine. Another one outcome can be, you are reject the null hypothesis. Okay, because your sample gave you some other data, because of which you are rejecting the null hypothesis. But remember, when it is true means what? Actually this number is correct only. Okay, null hypothesis, actually, the mean return of your stock is 15% only, but the kind of data sample that you have taken, you are rejecting it. That means you are making a mistake. Okay, so this can be one outcome. This is called type 1 error. Type 1 error. Okay, this is type 1 error. Then other outcome can be accepting the null hypothesis when it is false. Okay, when it is false. So that means when it is false, as in so this mu equal to 15 is not correct. Okay, mu equal to 15 is not correct, but you have accepted it, that it is equal to 15. So this is also a mistake. This is called type 2 error. Okay, accepting a null hypothesis when it is false. Then fourth outcome is rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true. When it is true. So rejecting, when it is false, when it is false. So, it is false and you are rejecting it. Okay, so I'm saying like null is mu is equal to 15, which is a false one, assume it is false, and you are rejecting, so which is good. Okay, so yeah, so these can be the four outcome. So type 1 error is rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true. Okay, so something is true, some null hypothesis is true, but you are rejecting. Okay, and type 2 error is, null hypothesis is false, but you are accepting it. That is type 2 error. Okay, rejecting the null hypothesis when it is false. So you are correctly rejecting. It is false and you are rejecting. This is also called power of your test. Power of your test. Okay, and it can also be written as power of a test is equal to 1 minus probability of type 2 error. Okay, 1 minus probability of type 2 error. Okay, and type 1 error can also be written as type 1 error is also called as false positives. False positive. False positive as in, see, this is positive, true is positive, and false you are rejecting. False positive. Type 2 error is also called as false negative. This is negative. False is negative, and what you have done is false. Okay, it's a wrong decision. So false negative. Okay, so this is type 1 error is false positive. True is positive, and your decision rejection is false. So false positive, and type 2 error is called false negative. Okay, and the probability of making type 1 error. Okay, the probability. Okay, so if I can write here, the probability of making type 1 error is its level of significance. That means if you say 5% is the level of significance, there is 5% probability that type 1 error will happen. Okay, if you say 5% is the level of significance, there is 5% probability that type 1 error will happen. All right, so this is a short summary about the decisions uh, in uh, in hypothesis testing. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thanks a lot.